Now, my Gen Z babies, before we get into this, I want to give y'all a story. Will it be in this video? And if you guys born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, y'all know about why Diddy is being charged. Let's get into it. What's up, you guys? This might be a little old video, but welcome back to my channel. Now, I'm at the one that I put in the beginning with the voice, so we're going to get into that story in a minute. It's a very long, deep story about these moguls. And I have to say this, Suge Knight, you know, people go hooping and hollering when they get in trouble. Because remember, he also said, if y'all looking at me, y'all need to look at him too. Remember, he said it's a long time ago when he first got into all this mess that he's been going through. Suge Knight had his time. Dr. Dre had his moment a little bit. Now, Diddy has his moment securely for real. All right, so we're going to get into it because this with Diddy is the empire is falling. It was a faulty foundation and it's falling, okay? So one of his first hip-hop internships, her name is Maya. She said she was at the Bad Boy Records. She briefly worked in Diddy's office when he dated Cassie. It was her dream job. She never experienced or saw any abuse. She said that's her story. She's not saying that what Cassie is going through is not her story, but she was like, people are going, bias and fandom because the victim story and all this and that. Now, I agree when she said her experience, but for her to sit here and say that wasn't Cassie's experience, not to say it wasn't Cassie's experience, I agree with that, but for her to say that there are people that's panned into it, baby, you must not know the history of this man. No shade. But we're going to get into that soon enough. So all of that is not all going on. But now it has really got cracking, and we're going to get into the tea of it. Federal investigators are prepared to bring accusers of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs before a federal grand jury. Two sources familiar with the probe tell CNN. Singling, the U.S. Justice Department is moving toward potentially seeking indictment of Combs. Now, remember Candace was saying, they're trying to cover him up and hold him. No, baby, you want everybody in trouble because your homeboy that you support. Y'all need to ask her why she ain't talking about this election. He going down. So everybody's going down, okay? So I'm going to play this video clip and I'll be back with more commentary.
The evidence that investigators could be reviewing here.
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, this is much bigger than just these lawsuits.
Sounds like much more to come. Elizabeth, thank you very much for your continued great reporting on this.
I want to know who the male ex-worker is, y'all. That's who I really want to know who it is. I want to know because we've heard of females, a lot of them, but I want to know who the male was. And some of them was even potential side chicks and girlfriends at the time. Gina, And that's how he treated her. When he got done with her, it's like they basically became egg workers at some point. So I want to know who it was because I'm very, very curious on that. When I get more information, I'll be back with it, y'all. Okay, so now let's get into the tea. So if you guys don't know, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, if your mom and your dad ain't never sit down and have a conversation about Tupac and Biggie, or your grandparents, you done missed out. You know, we Dr. Dre and Ice Cube, Eazy-E, NWA. You know, we have Bone Thugs and Harmony. If you didn't grow up around that time where hip-hop was very, very organic for the males and the females, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Queen baby, we can go on. And a lot of them, you didn't grow up in the right era to understand what hip-hop really is. In the 90s, it was a station and a staple for everybody. They didn't just talk about anything else. They talked about real life issues and were pure activists as well. You can even add Jay-Z in the dupe because he was part of it. All right. So let's get into it. So this is what I heard and remember. If you guys did pay attention to Tupac movie and Notorious B.I.G. movie, you will never understand the beef of the situation. So I'm going to drop everything of how they beef started, why it started. We're going to get all that tea about everything that's going on. So Biggie and Tupac were friends. Tupac was actually signed to Bad Boys around that time, a long time ago. I don't know we're going to get into what happened. Somehow, before he got signed to Death Row, Tupac allegedly got jumped. Now, it was said that someone in the camp set it up to make it look like Biggie set Tupac to be jumped. And that wasn't true. And then Tupac mentioned something about Puff at the time of what happened. And around that, they split up. It was over with. The friendship was over. He went over to Suge Knight. Now, Suge Knight was responsible for other artists as well. Like you had Diddy and Puff, Diddy, whatever you want to call them now, and Suge were meeting head in head with being big owned record companies, black owned for the culture, a lot, right? So Tupac made a diss track about Biggie. Okay, made a diss track about Biggie and threw in his then wife at the time, Faith Evans, and said he slept with her, which made Faith Evans run into the bathroom because of a diss track that Tupac mentioned. Now, Suge Knight was fueling this beef a lot more, and Diddy was saying, hey, you know, Biggie, we ain't gonna fuel this beef, man. It is what it is. You gonna clap back, Y'all gotta watch the movie, but this really did happen. So around that time, a lot had transpired to where there was a lot of beefs, there was a lot of threats, there was camps getting mad at camps, there was East Coast versus West Coast. That was the biggest beef ever. Y'all thought something was with it with Cardi and Nicki. No, baby. This ain't touching Cardi and Nicki and Megan. This one was worse. This ain't even touching Drake and Kendrick at this moment. This got to where there were cities going at each other's neck, states saying, oh, you come over here, you from there and there, we're going to do this, you do it. Like, it was bad. It was bad, like horrible. I believe Tupac got killed first. That's how that happened. Biggie got killed later on in L.A. Now, when it happened, it was both said allegedly, and that's why people think Suge Knight had something to do with it. And I've heard this too before any social media outlets came out. This was a talk for everybody. Like, I can call my cousins and they'll tell you. Like, you got cousins that grew up around this time that was teenagers, call them, they'll tell you. That Tupac was trying to leave Death Row. Death Row was dissolving. A lot of people was trying to leave, but they couldn't get out the contract. That's when Tupac and Snoop became cool people. Now, I'm going to say allegedly because I have to do that. But that's when it all came about that Tupac was trying to leave. Dre then was trying to leave. Dre got his way out because they tried to jump Dre. Dre wasn't having it, Dr. Dre. Snoop was like, yo, like, you trying to think with me. He couldn't do it with Snoop and all them Ice Cube and them. He couldn't do it because the way them were different type niggas. Like, them the niggas that'll fight you, you know what I'm saying, and call they boys. They were street men. These are street men that grew up in the street and got boys. You feel me? Tupac had boys, but Tupac wasn't careful. Now, I said that it was supposed to be a detective, but the detective then coming out, it's a lot with that saying that, yeah, Suge Knight had to do something to do with it. Allegedly, okay? We're not sure. That ain't come out yet, but I believe that's going to come out now. With Diddy, they said Biggie was trying to leave, and Biggie wanted to leave because Biggie knew something was going to happen to him, because I think the conversation, this is how Suge say Diddy is just like him. And he is. But, I mean, we see it now because of something that happened. We're not sure what all happened, but allegedly that's what's being told. He wanted to leave Bad Boy. Diddy said, over my dead body. Okay, that's exactly what he said. So I'm going to read this in Shout Out to Neighborhood Talk. It said, 50 former friends and associates of Diddy speak out against him in new report. Allegedly whipped his girlfriend with a belt in college and told Biggie he would, before giving him 100% publishing rights. Now, that's true. If y'all remember, I have to say allegedly, but it did sound true, because y'all remember when Mary J said that Diddy was upset with her because she was leaving Bad Boy. She wanted to leave Bad Boy and he didn't want her to leave at all. She said their friendship was savage because she didn't want to leave, but she wanted to grow. Another record company was offering her more. That's what happened. And you remember how him and Mary J kind of didn't have anything. She already had a bad relationship with Casey, my bad. From Casey and from Joe to see all of that. She didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people are coming out. Now, I believe the girl that they talking about with the college thing, I believe is one of the baby mothers. I believe, I'm not sure, allegedly, but we'll get into that later. So, this is what was said. According to 6-month investigation launched by Rolling Stone magazine, 50 of Diddy's closest friends and former associates have agreed to speak out against him. And okay, I ain't gonna read all that. Y'all read it, but a lot of people finna start coming out and saying about the time of the people he dated in the 90s. Also, they're gonna just talk about the Biggie situation. I think that case is going to be reopened. Not only that was going to be reopened, they're going to probably investigate more into Kim Porter's death. So I want you guys to buckle y'all stuff up and get ready, okay? Because this is about to be crazy. Now, Rolling Stone, and there's a lot of, People Magazine, a lot of people are coming out saying that there's a lot of things that are going to be said and being opened up about Biggie case. We just talked about that. And that how they feel that Biggie wanted to leave Bad Boy and Diddy didn't want to give him what he was owed, which Biggie was huge at this time, by the way. He took off very, very fast, as well as Pop. And that's the same thing that Suge did to Pop. Let's call it a spade. Let's be honest. Allegedly. No shade, okay? No shade, but allegedly, okay? They didn't want to pay them around that time. So People magazine said Diddy was reportedly fond of Tupac Shakur and wanted to befriend him. A former colleague said Combs was jealous of Shakur's relationship with Notorious B.I.G. I just told y'all that. Combs' alleged abusive behavior is the subject of a new Rolling Stone report published on Tuesday. Biggie's mother got word of this. And when she got word of this, she was not happy. Biggie's mother been talking about this since day one, that she felt like somebody was responsible for her son's death. She said this so many times, somebody is responsible. I'm not going to say who's responsible. Somebody is responsible. And I have a feeling of who I know who is responsible, who's very much responsible of everything that's going on. And she kept saying that even when they did the movie, at the movie premiere, she said that, and she said time will tell. She's going to pray that it comes out of who was responsible of Biggie's death. And now look. And then she also says if she was to see Diddy anywhere in public, and she would smack him. That's exactly what she said. She's going to smack him. She knew he was responsible for her son's death. She knew it because a lot of people was in her ear telling her things behind the scenes. Now, you guys don't remember, Tupac Shakur's mom felt like somebody was responsible too, and it wasn't handled. And it's so sad that his mother and his family is getting justice while she's passed on. This is very, very crazy. Suge has said that there'd be a lot of people that you'll be surprised. And I figured that Dre had his ways, Dr. Dre, because when he started his, but he's not as bad. But when it comes to the domestic violence issue, he was dating Michelle Lang, a long time ago, and the same thing happened, and they're still talking about that. And Suge even was abusive as well. So it shows that men that get into power, who never had power, does not know how to act. Let's be honest. If you give $100,000 to a person that's never had it, they're not going to know what to do with it because nobody never taught them what to do with it and know how to utilize. The certain power that these men have had to cause for these two men demise is sad. It's pathetic because they knew if they go on their own, how big they can be. Pac and Biggie had a great relationship. There was no way that Biggie would have got Tupac jumped. Like, it didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? We all knew that. We all knew that when Pac got shot, there was no way. We knew what was going on. Nobody just didn't say nothing because at that time, you just keep it quiet. You knew, but you just don't say. That's just what it was. Like, let's be honest. But now we're in a time where, Suge Knight even said it. He said, hey, y'all gonna be surprised. That man just like me. They made up, but he basically said that man just like me, but worse. He said, y'all gotta pull it up. This man been talking. He said, what make you think? Like, he even jotted down everything. Like, the way he said this junk, Suge went lying. Y'all gotta go on YouTube and watch it. A lot of their bodyguards come out talking about it. Suge Knight bodyguard done said something. Even Diddy bodyguard done said something. Let me tell y'all something. It's about to go down. And I just want y'all to have y'all gas ready. Like, 2024 is the season of what you reap. What you don't put out there to sow, you're going to reap. And it's so sad. And I'm not going to say it's sad for him. It's sad for his daughters. Okay? His sons, it's sad for them too because they got to go through it. Like, these were the kids that be like, yeah, Diddy, my dad. That's my dad. And now all of this stuff coming out, to them is like, I got to hide and say that's my dad. His daughter is about to graduate, her graduation. And I don't even know if he can show up to that girl graduation. Like, that's how crazy. When you do things, you don't think how it affects your kids. It affects your kids. When you don't think of your children, that means you're a selfish mofo to me. Because your kids got to reap this. You don't think about it then because you're doing it. But you don't think about it. I'm going to tell you what an OG told me. And I'm so glad I grew up around these OGs. My sister dad told me this. My mom and my daddy told me this too. But he told me this. He said, how many times you think your luck is not going to run out? He said, you can go into a store and steal whatever you want to steal out the store and they don't catch you. But it'll be one particular day they're going to catch you. You think you can hotwire 6 cars, they ain't going to catch you. It'll be one particular day when God get tired of covering you on that your luck going to run out and they going to catch you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Also, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching.
To the possibility, giving me charges. Lawyers making a grip. I told the judge I was raised wrong, and that's why I blaze shit. Was hyper as a kid, cold as a teenager. On my mobile, calling big shots. On the scene, major, packing hundreds in my drawers.